Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally here, folks. After months of speculation, months of fan theories, all kinds of leaks, the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home is finally out. Guys, it doesn't feel real. Like, even after a couple days of just letting it kind of sit down, I'm still kind of here just like kind of shocked that we're finally at this moment. Because everyone keeps talking about how this trailer just kept being pushed back and back and back. I'm gonna be honest. I totally thought we weren't gonna get this thing until around September. I didn't think we were gonna have it probably until about September 2nd here, because I thought it was gonna release right with Shang-Chi. And I was kind of right, I guess. We got it at CinemaCon, and now we're here. Just sort of like this is it, and it's like it's just wow. This was I watched it a few times. Just that way I didn't go at this talking about this trailer without a level head, and I think it's gonna be better that way. Because I've got some time. I've looked through it to sort of just to kind of figure out where I kind of stood with this, in terms of the fan theories, what I kind of had, what I think. I think most of you guys by now have already seen this trailer. If you don't want to see the trailer, then I recommend clicking off this video or just putting your headphones or something like that. I don't know. But there's probably going to be spoilers in this video. At least for the most part. In terms of plot, I'm not entirely sure. In terms of like the big reveals and stuff like that, which we'll get into as we kind of go along with this trailer here. But that's kind of where I'm at here. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down here because I know the dialogue for the most part. But no, guys. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go through this kind of a little bit, break it down here. And that I'll let you guys know just kind of where what I think is gonna be happening. Especially this later portion right here. I think the editing is superbly done, and I'll let you guys know kind of as we go along here. But let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, from those that saw the leaks, some of this CGI was not done. But you can see here with we're gonna pick up basically where Far From Home left off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up just a little bit here. But we're going off of where Far From Home kind of left off. I think we're going to be going in maybe weeks or so past where that sort of that left off with obviously J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson revealing Peter's identity, basically. We're gonna keep going on here, but I don't think we're gonna be going over there. I'm not a fan of this relationship. I'm not a fan of MJ and Peter in this regard. I don't think it was built up very well in the first movie. I think it was kind of shoehorned in to Far From Home. I'm not a fan. Out of the previous relationships we've seen out of Spider-Man movies, I definitely think this one is going to be the weakest. And I think that might be a little intentional. And we'll kind of go through it a little bit later here when they jump in a little more.
The male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop. Come on.
Hypnotize. That's true. That is true. I used to be a spider buff, but I like this here. I think this is a little bit of reused footage from Far From Home, except for that there.
The drones did.
Now, most people are saying that they're hoping that this is Charlie Cox, aka Daredevil. I don't believe this is going to be the case. I don't think Daredevil is going to be in this movie, or if he is, I don't think he's going to be seen in this trailer specifically. I think if he is going to be in there, it'll be the next one up. It'll be the next trailer coming in.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
I don't like this line either, where she's talking about lying, where Peter's like basically like, no, you don't have to lie anymore, basically. He's like, I never wanted to lie to you type of thing. It's like, how do you tell the world you're Spider-Man? Like, how do you go about it? And I think that's pretty that makes sense. But the other thing to note here, unfortunately, is that I don't think lying is a good word, especially because even after she sleuthed it out, you would think that she would have a little bit of understanding about why he's doing what he's doing, you know. Even MJ sort of knew back in the Raimi trilogy, right? That she knew that they couldn't be together because his enemies, like, if they know who he is, are gonna go right after her. And I don't think MCU Spider-Man really realizes that, especially because his hidden identity just doesn't work as much as it kind of did. But this isn't where things get really interesting, I don't think. But people are like, where was this in Avengers? Why didn't Avengers have it like this? And I think people fail to realize that this was exactly what it was for Civil War. This was exactly what it was for Civil War. Just kind of the consequences of superheroes, and Peter's going to be no exception to this. People are like, why are the public treating Spider-Man differently than the Avengers? It baffles me that people think that when Civil War, the whole thing of that movie was because of Sokovia and the actions of superheroes and the public's sort of interpretation of what went down in Sokovia. Remember the opening scene with Iron Man was a woman coming in being like, hey, I blame you for my kid's death. And we're going to keep getting more of that, I think, with No Way Home. I think we are going to get more of that. Granted, we've also got J. Jonah Jameson to play, and obviously he's not going to be doing as much of, he's going to be doing a lot more of that propaganda of Spider-Man being a menace, you know? Obviously that is the absolute way it's going to be going down, especially because we look back here. The Bugle has him labeled as public enemy #1 right now. So, it makes sense, right? It absolutely makes sense here. People are also bringing parallels into Man of Steel. And it's like, not really. Especially with a lot of, like, really super huge fans of DC movies like to draw those parallels a lot. And I think I think some people just don't know how angles and cameras work. Just because you're doing the same shot doesn't mean it's the same thing. But obviously it's a really good, like, plot point for superhero movies, for that identity to be revealed and for the public to have this sort of skepticism of people that are in fact, like, superior to them in terms of just how, like,
Now everybody knows.
in terms of their abilities.
About me. This is hurting a lot of people.
I'm excited for these little things here that are going to be happening with Aunt May and Ned. I'm very excited to see where that's going to lead here.
About how to fix all of this.
I enjoy Doctor Strange as well. He's probably one of my preferred Avengers.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
I like that.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
Now this is cool. And I want to bring some light here. I'm going to put it in a slower speed, because I want to see if you guys see the same thing here.
Allow it.
It's a little slow, but I want you to look.
When Mysterio reveal my identity.
Okay, maybe it's not there. Maybe I can't see it as good. But there's some people on Twitter that are like, "Hey, that's lizard claws, like lizard marks." And I think that's really interesting. To show that Lizard's gonna probably, more than likely, be in this movie. Like I said, there probably is gonna be a Sinister Six. That's probably where it's gonna be ending up. Now I don't know where Wong is going here.
Too dangerous.
Um,
Fine. I won't.
yeah. I don't know where Wong's going here. I'm almost tempted to say he's going into Shang-Chi, and that's why we see him in that movie, and that's how this one happens. But I'm not sure, and I'm hoping that's the case. But I'm not positive. But Wong like kind of going on vacation. I'm not sure. People are also saying that Doctor Strange sounds like he's being uncharacteristic, helping out Peter in this regard, because
The entire world.
maybe in the comics it's a little more uncharacteristic, but we know for a fact in the MCU that he is a very egotistical man. He has an ego. He's got pride. So Wong saying it's too dangerous that you can't do it. It's basically telling Steven that prove me wrong type of thing. That's what he took it as. Obviously there's going to be more context to sort of get into it a little more. But I think Wong is going to be over with Shang-Chi. He's doing his own thing. That's why he's not in the movie. Doctor Strange, this is characteristic for Doctor Strange because we know for a fact in his personality that he will take on challenges that might be a little bit bigger than he is, for the sole reason that he's got a bit of an ego and he's got to stroke his pride a little bit.
He's about to forget that Peter
But-
Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone?
This is cool.
People still know.
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my god, Ned. He's my
Temper
best
the
friend.
spell. This is stop talking. I like that one. This is gonna be. This should be good. I think this is gonna be really good. I like these interactions. I liked their interactions in Infinity War, and I have no different opinions here. I don't have any different opinions here. In terms of MCU characters right now, I say that these two are probably my favorite. Besides maybe Sam Wilson and Wanda. Wanda's really interesting. And she's got me all excited for Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. I think but these two's interactions I think was definitely underrated in Infinity War, and I'm very excited that they're getting a lot more time to develop that type of relationship here. I don't think that Doctor Strange is becoming a mentor for him, because I think that Peter's probably going to go into his own. But I think the spell doesn't work. I don't think it works the first time around. I do not think that this spell works the first time.
What just happened?
I think it fails. And I'll let you know exactly why here in just a second.
Multiverse is a concept about which we know.
But this is exciting.
only little.
Okay. We can see electricity here, and we can see sand right here. We've got Electro and Sandman, part of the Sinister Six, right? It's yellow. But we know Jamie Foxx is also going to be here. But I didn't expect Sandman in this movie. I did not expect Sandman in this movie. I like this scene, the train scene.
The problem is
This should
you
be pretty
trying
cool.
to live two different lives.
Doctor Strange telling him that he's trying to live two different lives. I like that line. I think what Sony's going to be doing with this movie is really bringing in these consequences for what Peter's been doing up until this point. Because for the most part here, Peter's actions have been mostly inconsequential, unfortunately. But Doctor Strange letting him know that he can't do this the way he's been doing it, because eventually it's going to blow up in his face once again. Big prediction for the end of the movie. I do think that the spell's going to work a second time, and it's all going to reverse back. I could see, because of this line, that we might end up getting a interpretation of an I Am Iron Man scene from Peter. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that's the ideal situation. I think ending the movie with everyone forgetting everything about Peter as Spider-Man is the most ideal way to go. And kind of trashing the little bit of the relationship that he has with MJ, I think really works. I think it would work very, very, very well. Let's keep going here.
The longer you
I don't see this suit lasting anymore. Because everyone would forget that Peter's Spider-Man, that would also include the Stark Industries. And I think this suit's not going to last that movie. I think it's going to rip apart. I think the first act of this film is going to be probably in the second act he's going to lose this suit.
do it,
I think
more
that's what he's going to do
dangerous it
here.
becomes.
But him suiting up in public here. This is where I got excited. That pumpkin bomb right there got me very excited. But also we have Willem Dafoe's laugh coming in. And that's what kind of told me this is some of these fan theories were very right. We're very right. I do think the Spider-Man will be coming back though, and I think this trailer kind of sealed it that they will, in fact, be coming in this movie. I think this scene here is going to be a spider sense scene. I would expect it probably right before the pumpkin bomb. This one had me excited though. I'm a little sad that they're not practical like they were in Spider-Man 2, but that's okay.
Hello, Peter.
It looks great. The de-aging looks great. This is a this is why I don't think the spell works, because he's suiting up in public. If we go back just a little bit here, I think right here is really good editing. Really good editing. I think that this part right here is addressed straight to Tobey Spider-Man. I think they edited it to where it looks like he's saying hello to Peter. But that Doc Ock shouldn't know this Peter, realistically. Realistically, he shouldn't know. There's a chance that maybe Peter looks the same throughout the multiverse. That doesn't make sense to me, but it could. It could happen, and that's okay. But I am very, very excited for this movie. This is definitely gonna be a $1 billion movie if we don't have any, if we don't have to worry about the pandemic, if we don't have to worry about lockdowns, if we don't have to worry about any of that. This movie 100% is gonna be the best-selling movie in about 2 years. I think this is gonna be the best selling box office movie probably since the pandemic started. That's what I believe. That's what I think. Comes out December 17th, exclusively in movie theaters everywhere. I wouldn't guarantee that to be the case until we know what's going on with coronavirus. But right now, it doesn't look like Sony's kind of changed their mind on it. But also, it doesn't sound like they're going to be pushing this back, which is very, very exciting. I'm very happy about that. But no, guys, this has kind of been my thoughts on the trailer. I'm very excited to see where this movie goes. I'm very, very excited to see just kind of how it all plays out. I do, like I said, I do think the new Spider-Man or the old Spider-Man are gonna be in the movie. I don't think they're gonna reveal it until probably either the final trailer or we won't know at all. Kind of like the portal scene, where like we basically know that it's gonna happen at this point, but they're not gonna like show how it happens until then. I also don't expect those Spider-Man to be coming in until about the third act of the movie. I think they are gonna focus on Tom and his ventures until way maybe like halfway through the third act, maybe the beginning of the third act where they introduce these Spider-Man. But I think it's gonna hit the low point of the movie first, where maybe the Sinister Six beat Tom, and then those other Spider-Man come in. What I would really like in all headcanon, if I were to be the one running this movie, Tom would like basically be about to die from the Sinister Six. And then one of the two themes plays, and that's where we get the reveal that these Spider-Man are here. And realistically, I think that might be the case. I think it might be. If we're going solely based on what might happen, predictions, regardless of how outlandish they are, I do think that those two Spider-Men are going to come in and save Tom, and then all three of them will work together to beat the Sinister Six and obviously get them back to their own verses. But this is always a conversation. There's so much more to talk about when it comes to this trailer. And there'll be more discussions about this as time goes on. But right now, this is kind of where I want to end it. Please make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think is going to be happening in this movie. Let me know what you guys, what your guys' predictions, your thoughts are. What do you think is going to be happening with these three Spider-Men? Do you think all three of them will live through the movie? What do you think is going to be happening with Aunt May, Ned, Zendaya, Doctor Strange, all of that? Well, we know that we know that Doctor Strange is going to live past this movie. That's a very good guarantee. I think it's also guaranteed that Tom Holland is also probably going to live through this movie. But no, let me know, you guys. This is a very, very exciting time to be a Spider-Man fan. But please make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.